So my name's Bret. My artist name is Bret Heart. I do play a little bit of guitar, but I usually use samples and like digital, audio workstations and DAWs. And all that. Whatever I find. Like if I see something in a movie I like, I'll put that in a song or anything like that.
Drawing inspiration from everywhere.
Yeah, video games mostly. So.
Yeah. You when did you start this whole thing out?
Well, I've been growing up. Like I learned guitar. Like I would have different people teach me. Actually, one of my biggest mentors in life is who started teaching me guitar. It actually got me into the genre, any of the music I'm into. It was a youth group. It was a youth group pastor from church, which is always awkward. I'm not religious anymore and all that, but he was a good guy. It wasn't none of the weird things people hear about. He was a genuine good dude.
Yeah.
He showed me Star Wars. Took me to see Prometheus back when I was a little younger, which I know people don't like that movie as much. That's a cool movie.
Okay.
But I know I'm not trying to deviate too much, but that's just he was a good person.
Yeah.
Play guitar, but as far as posting songs, I posted my first song in April of this last year. And then,
this is recent. So all of this is to frame it up for the audience. All of this is happening fairly recent.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be a weird interview because of that. Because I feel like I watch a lot of other reviews and they know how to start and they have all this knowledge and I'm just no, I'm learning. I've done 2 shows.
Right.
I know I've gotten a lot of plays and stuff. That's just I don't know. I didn't expect that. I never expected to get this far at all.
Yeah.
So I just make music out of my trailer. So.
Sure, I understand, man. But so, when was the whole youth pastor influence, and what stage in your life? When was that?
That was I was probably in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2011, 2012.
Mm-hmm. What kind of music were you listening to at the time?
Lil Wayne.
You're in middle school, you know what I'm saying?
He's also a really good artist. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's the hardest line of all time, bro.
Yes, sir.
But and what's funny is my grandma actually introduced me to Eminem, and then which led to him and all that. Usually grandparents introduce you to more classical stuff, which she has. But she made me when I was listening to Lil Wayne, just just the top charting songs back in middle school. And my grandma, and we had the little MP3 player things.
Yeah.
And my grandma pretty much she's look, I'm gonna put the Slim Shady album on your MP3 because she actually likes that album. People don't believe me when I say that, but I'm telling you,
that's
my
awesome.
whole influence.
My grandma was solid, bro.
Yeah, a whole influence in hip hop was my grandma. Shout out to her, listening, making me listening to Marshall Mathers and Slim Shady and all that. So,
yeah.
I think it was a Sony Walkman that she put that on.
So that's 2 different worlds, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got your grandmother showing you those things, and then you got a youth pastor playing guitar.
Yeah, Nirvana.
How does that meld in your mind?
I don't know, because then my dad was showing me country back when I was, when he was still alive. So I love. I don't really listen to it too much, but Toby Keith, I love Toby Keith. That song, I Want to Talk About You. Talk About Me. I used to sing that all the time when I was 4.
Okay.
And then my mom was more All American Rejects, Blink-182. Newfound Glory, all those classics. Bowling for Soup, and then so I had my mom bowling pop punk, my dad was country, and then my grandma was hip hop, which is not a normal thing, but it ended up. And then my youth pastor, he was just Metallica, Lamb of God. He took me to a 3 Days Grace show when I was still in youth.
Your youth pastor was Lamb of God.
Yeah, he told me about Lamb of God. And then it was funny when he was telling me about him, too. It was on the way to the 3 Days Grace show. And he was they're not a Christian band.
By the way.
Yeah, it was right after he just got arrested for I think somebody died at one of his shows. And he got put in a Russian jail or something.
Yeah,
I might be wrong about some of the details.
Right.
But that 3 Days Grace show was just such a pivotal point in my life. That's when I was I want to do that. Because the guitars brought out a 2. It was a guitar that was 2 guitars, I think it's a 12-string.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest shit ever.
But so you were taking a little bit from all of these, they all appeal to you equally?
Yeah, music, it's all good. It's I just it's different. And also just where you're from, it's just weird how it all sounds the same. People from LA, it all has a similar sound.
Sure.
And then maybe not all the time, but there's West Coast sounds and all that, and then just different thing. I really liked Skillet growing up too. I know that's kind of cringy and stuff now because Christian rock or whatever, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
And then on my own, I got into Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil, and then of course Lil Peep when he came out. I know it's pretty obvious. I probably take a lot of inspiration from Peep, and although I actually listened to X more. Yeah. Back in 2017, 2015, 16, 17, and all that. A lot of people compare me to X, so it's probably probably that and Suicide Boys, but I don't even listen to Suicide Boys. But,
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but nothing against them. It's just,
yeah, they're local, bro. Take it easy.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing about it is, I do like their songs a lot, but every girl that's ever like hurt me or broke my heart loves Suicide Boys. So I just like they're cursed
on
to me.
on GP. I'm not.
But
doing
like,
it.
but I love Duck Boy. Have you know? I think it's Ruby. I don't know their names, but one of them has a punk band called Duck Boy.
Yeah,
and
I did hear that.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
like that is some of the best. Like, in that album, they have like the he has like the interludes where people are calling him on the phone. Mm-hmm. That's why I have Bret answer the phone as my tag, because like I love Duck Boy. Like nothing against them. It's just the memories, and I'm a little bit.
Well,
like,
sure, yeah.
So like.
You kind of infused it with your own personal experiences.
Yeah, Duck Boy, XXL Collider, like one of the best songs.
Yeah. So when did you start trying to do anything musically on your own?
When my friend, his name's Jacob, but Yes Daddy's his artist name. We were in the same like school, and he asked me to be the guitarist in his band. Didn't even know how to really play guitar that well at the time. We had one band practice, but
why do you think he picked you for that?
Because I think it's because I was friends with his sister Shawnee, and somebody in her family knew my grandma and knew that he wanted to start a band and knew that I played guitar. I don't remember exactly because I was like 14 or something. It was like 11 or so years ago now. I'm 26 now. But like we played like one practice show in his kitchen. His mom, his whole family's so cool, and they still talk and all that. And like like we just didn't work. It was really me. Like I was the problem. Like I was just going through things at the time, and I was just getting into things. And just he was really good, and I was really not. And I was too, like that dude, he was always good. Like,
That's short of it. I mean.
So I just like felt kind of weird, but I always like loved pay attention. He just never left me alone. Like he like always would like message me, add me on everything, trying to get me to make music, because he was like, no, bro, you got like good ideas and all this. And then like I would make songs and never post them, but I would like post snippets I think on Instagram.
Well, what did you think about what he was doing?
I thought it was so cool. Like
so how does it affect you when somebody that you think is so good is telling you that you have good ideas?
That's a good question, because I'm trying to get like at the time, like there was a certain time when he like specifically came. Okay, well there was a time when I was posting a little bit, but and he had asked me to collab with him on Instagram. I probably still have that message, so like I can bring it up to him.
It meant that much.
Yeah, and I was like, and I was just like, I was like, I told her, like I posted it on my story because we hadn't really been talking for years, but like I said, like he would somehow just like we were in middle school, and then I stopped talking because I didn't think I was good, and I was just kind of an asshole, and like I can't really give you a straight answer on why we didn't stay as a band. Honestly, I can't really give a straight answer. But like he would just keep showing up in my DMs or like following me or liking things. And actually a really funny story is I would post certain things on my Instagram that are like on, bad kid things, like things, party things you're doing. And somebody was reporting my account for it, and I kept getting the notification that I was about to be banned. And I was like, bro, who keeps doing this? And I didn't know until the Georgia show. Like I didn't even think about it anymore after it happened. But on the Georgia show, he just randomly told me, he was like, I have a confession, Bret. A few years ago, I used to report your stories because I used to get
That's fucked up.
And I was like, that was you.
That's not the way to influence you, though.
No, well, I was posting me like doing substances and like saying like really sad things, and he told me when he told me about him doing it, he was like, Bret don't need to feel like this. So like I don't know why he believed in me so much, but like it ended up working, because like look at it how if I didn't have him for all that, for this past relationship and everything that went through it, I wouldn't be here for all this right now, because when I got hit by a car. I know this is like jumping all over the place. I'm sorry you can put me back on track if you need to.
It's cool, man.
But like I ended up getting hit by a car at one point. I was like crippled, and he had just dropped a new album and he sent it to me, and I had been kind of like not paying attention to stuff, and I felt bad, and I saw that he had gotten this far, and he had done a show where he was opening for Lil Xan, and I was like, that's so cool that someone I knew is doing music. So I listened to it, and it was really good, and I kept talking to him, and I still never did music. We would just talk, but he invited me and the girl I was with at the time to a show, and this was not this past October, but the last October.
Okay.
And like he was just so cool to me, and like everybody that performed at that show was so good, and it just kind of, I was like, dude, and he's already been telling me that I'm good, because I had made like beats and like little snippets of things, and I would post them but never release them, and I was like, if he looks so comfortable on the stage and all that, and he's telling me to make music, maybe I should, but I never did. Like I still never did.
Yeah.
Like I would buy his shirts, like watch everything. Like I would support him and all, because he was always so cool to me. I kind of felt like I owed it to him, because like whenever he messaged me, whenever I was crippled and stuff, like after getting hit by the car, it was kind of like an awakening of like, you know, this is weird. It's just weird. I just felt more. I just happened to see him send me that message about the album that he had come out at the time. It was like ABCYD, like ABC Yes Daddy.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the ABC stands for. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, like I don't know, just I was like, dude, why has he paid attention to me so much for so long? And you know, and I've like battled addiction for so long, and he never gave up on me, like ever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it sounded like a dumb question or whatever, but I would think that it would be inspirational, and it was, obviously.
Yeah, I just didn't want to...
Basically what you broke it down to.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm explaining that.
Like, before we started recording, I told you had mentioned T-Pain, and I said that T-Pain met Usher, and Usher told him he ruined music.
Yeah,
so can
funny.
you imagine, like, if you meet your, not idol, but somebody that you're inspired by, and that person, you know, if that person lifts you up, then that inspires you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Conversely, I guess.
Yeah, he's never told me that my old stuff was bad, but I don't believe him when he says that it was good. Like, he's like, no, that goes hard. I'm like looking at him.
Well, he was
like,
recording your account, so you gotta watch it twice a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did record the thing. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's
no,
funny. So how did it progress? How did it snowball from him always hitting you up saying do something to you finally, like, what was the aha moment?
This might be a little like blunt and all, but like, I mean, if people that know me that are watching this are gonna know, like, I was a meth head, you know, and like I was in like a really abusive relationship where this girl was just not nice, and she, you know, like, we were in a court case, we're still in the same court case, she had stabbed me and all. And then she ended up just leaving, and I like kind of felt so broken. Like I'll never forget it, because it is such a pivotal point. But I remember it was like the first day I got off work after she left, and I realized like I'm going to a home with nobody now, and like, you know, there's still our blood stains all over the floor from fights we would get into, which they just got cleaned up. Like, you know, because I have a roommate now. We like it's really him fixing up all the house, and he's a really great guy. He's gonna start making music soon. He's gonna start making music soon too.
Okay.
And I really can't wait for that. I hear him playing guitar. We live in the same house. I hear him practicing guitar like every day, and I'm just like, I can't, you know, like, he's getting so good. I don't even know if he knows that I know.
That's awesome.
But and I have an audio box so he can use it to record. And I'm just I can't wait. I just never forget, like, I was just sitting, like, I came home that first night, and I was, like, sitting there on, like, our kitchen floor, and, like, I was probably on something or whatever, but I just, like, and she had left her cat had kittens that she had left. They're actually a year today, you know, so I love my cats. Shout out
Happy
my
birthday, cats.
Yeah, shout out the cats. And I just remember, like, sitting there holding them, and I was just, like, dude, like, I was, like, what the, you know, like, what is going on? And then, like, it felt like, you know, no one believes the guy's getting abused. And, like, a lot of her, like, the person she went to was the same friend that, like, told me everything she was doing behind my back, and it was just like, I just didn't know who to trust or nothing, and still really don't with that whole situation. I'm kind of cut, like, because some of her family was, like, kind of being nice to me and, like, on my side, but I just don't want to I don't want to intertwine with her family, you know. They're not bad people.
Clean
like,
break, bro.
Yeah, and like, they're still on the, you know, they still.
Yeah.
She has two brothers. One of them don't like me. The other one supported my music and all. And I hope he doesn't feel any way that I don't talk to him. It's just because I just think that it's not.
Yeah, like I said. Yeah. Clean break.
Yeah.
It's best for everybody.
And like, but I do respect him for not getting mad at like any of the songs I've written about her, like lines I've said or nothing. Like, he's watched it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you know, he's you know, I just don't intertwine with that. But I was just sitting on that floor, bro. And like, she gave me this tattoo it's kind of fading off. And I don't know if you can see it, but it says "I'll miss you." And I just wrote this. It was like a poem, really, about like, you know, I'll miss you, and just like kind of admitting like all my faults, because like, yeah, I know that I painted her in a really bad light, but she wasn't like that in the beginning, and like, we were both
nobody is.
Yeah, and we were both junkies. Like, she can say it was just, maybe she doesn't say that. I don't want to put that out, but like.
And the lyrics that stemmed from.
The song was called "I'll Miss You."
Okay.
Yeah, and then that song's not around anymore.
Well, that's why I was asking. I thought that maybe it's out there somewhere.
No, but there's a song, I redid it, and I called it Another Song About the Tattoo She Gave Me, and it's on the October EP.
Got you.
On the October EP.
Yes.
And yeah, it's the same. It's pretty much almost the exact same lyrics, just with a different mix, and, you know, a few, you know, different verses are a little different.
It's on Neworleansmusicians.com too.
It is. Yes, it is on your site. Yeah, a lot of my music is on your site.
Yeah.
I think actually the whole October EP is on your site.
How about that?
So,
catch it there now.
Yeah,
So
it's my most underrated song actually. I think it's one of my best, but it had, it didn't do that good, which is fine.
yeah,
But,
you and I were volleying back and forth before we started recording, and you were talking about some of the songs that you really liked and some of the songs that other people seem to like from monthly traffic listeners and such. And I was like, it's never gonna equate.
Yeah.
The ones that mean the most to you. I mean, what was one? So I interviewed a lyricist, and he was talking about how he wrote a song and it was very personal to him. And it included a lot of substance. He spent a lot of time working on it because it was so important to him. And it got a minuscule amount of listens, follows, likes, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he made another one, and it was just about something random that he freestyled, and it blew up.
Yeah,
and you're happy for the success, but you're pissed off because of the irony, and you're like, God damn it.
That's where I'm at right now.
Nobody gets me still, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's my song Harley Quinn. That's like my most popular song. Like that song, YouTube Music, it's got a lot of plays. Spotify, it's like at 3,000. I do not like that song.
That's funny.
I play it live because it's my most popular one, but like it's nothing pretty much. Like it's just.
What are you gonna do? You got to give the people what they want sometimes,
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like I don't think it's a bad tactic. Like I'm about to do it again with a song that's almost similar, same kind of vibe and all, just to test. And I feel like it, people check out your other stuff and it'll trip, because I do everything. So you might not like one thing, you find another one. So. Yeah,
I definitely wanted to touch on that because. I won't say your body of work, but from what I've seen on Neworleansmusicians.com, it runs the fucking gamut, dude. Like, it's all over the place as far as genre-wise.
I know.
And,
I can't. Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't say that in a negative connotation at all, because I think it's impressive. I think it shows versatility. I think it shows that. I mean, I can't speak for your comfortability, but I mean, it shows that you're comfortable in multiple lights, or that you are inspired through multiple veins.
Well, I've just had so many different backgrounds in music. Like,
right. So you said in the beginning, man, and I guess it's stuck with you. Are you still that much of a music variety fan?
Yeah, my grandma right now, she's been getting me into like Billie Holiday. And like all the old like jazz people, because I really like jazz. I have done a jazz rap song. I might redo it and release it again, but like it's just interesting. Jazz is interesting. It's different. You would never hear me say that like 5 years ago, but it's definitely like an interesting kind of genre, and the stories around it are nice too. There's Billie Holiday and then Billy Idol. I get them confused right now.
Don't do that, man. They're two totally different people.
I know. One of them is like a rock, like the godfather of rock and roll, and the
Billy
other
Idol
is a girl that like.
Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's so interesting. So. And then like my friend at work, I'm trying to get him on Neworleansmusicians.com. His name is Ashton Awesome. You can find his stuff, get him to get on it.
Yeah.
He's been getting me into what's the biopic that just came out? Not Robbie Williams.
Don't know.
Man. Oh well, my bad. Sorry.
All good.
Now I feel bad. But it was somebody. So. But.
Well. Recruit that dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
The more the merrier.
He's really good.
Any Louisiana bands, get up on Neworleansmusicians.com. Everything's free, and we'll pat you back. It's all
definitely has helped me get around a lot. So,
what do you have as far as? I guess I was going to ask what your immediate goals are, like near future goals, but I guess right now that would be the album that you're working on for sure.
Moon and letting go of this girl that I keep writing about.
Sure.
Like I need to get over it. But like I said, like I make music because it still feels like I'm talking to her. Mm-hmm. So letting her go, it feels like it's letting go of a whole, like it feels like start from scratch again. Even though I know I'm not, but it's just like I don't know.
It's a reset.
Yeah, but I just never. It's hard because like I never got any of the answers for. Like I still don't know why she left, but I keep having to go to court to see her, and it's just like and then like I've already written all these songs about it, and then now I have to go perform them, and I just feel like it's just like a cycle that I gotta get out of somehow.
And you've had to like re-record and rework some of those to your liking, which is admirable in itself. Like that's like a labor of love for literally a labor of love. You had not too far in the past, you had traveled out of state to go do a couple of shows at the behest of a friend of yours. Maybe you could I know we talked about that before, but maybe you could say it again now.
Yes, Daddy, same guy. Yeah, he messaged me. He was like, "You want to come do a show with me in Georgia?" And I was like, "Yes." And then like before I even did that, he was like, "You want to do this other one in Florida?" And I was like, "Dude, I've never done one." He's like, "No, dude, you're gonna be fine. Come on." Like he never takes no for an answer. Like he's like, "Nope, you're gonna do good. Like come on." Like even with this interview, I was telling him like, "Bro, I'm kind of nervous." He was like, "No, dude, go do it. Like go do it." I was like, "All right." So like hit all of Yes, Daddy, Sahai Summers, Wizard, Naga Hero, who I don't think he lives in New Orleans anymore, but he used to. That's the show that we just did.
Okay.
Like all of them. Like they've been really Broke Florida Boys too. Like they've all been like really like just on me about it. Like nobody wants me to stop. So and I appreciate that because I'm known for just like quitting things halfway through. Like this is the only thing in my life I've ever stuck with, and it's gotten so far so quickly that I don't really know how to, I feel like I'm going on a rant. My bad.
Well, no. I mean, you're bringing up interesting points. I mean, because you bring up a very good one in I guess considering how it affects you, because I mean you said yourself like you're a bit of an introvert or a little bit shy sometimes and things, and
I apologize.
When some people, let's say, receive a windfall, great stroke of luck. If it's a great stroke of luck and it's to perform in a stadium, if they're kind of shy, that might seem like impending doom. That might feel like unbelievable pressure. And so to hear from your first person's perspective how it affects you, hearing some of these other people that you admire big up you and encourage you, or how does it affect someone like you going to perform on stage, because you're not the only shy dude in the worord. You're not the only introvert in the world. There's tons of people that's all they know, and it's painful at times,
Yeah. How does it affect me? I use it as support, honestly. Like if they tell me that, then I know I'm alright. Like that's why I'm always sending everything to them first. And even they were telling me like how their first shows they went bad and they're still doing it. Also, spite drives me a lot. So if I mess up, like I want to prove that I can do better, But like good. I did notice that they're like all shy, because like one of them, Wizard, like in a lot. I don't know if he does it for the same reason, but I'm pretty sure he does. But like a lot of them, they wear sunglasses because like the nervousness and on. When I did that show in Georgia and I looked up, that was my first show, and I saw everybody look at me in the eyes. I was like, I did not like that. So that's why I wear glasses now. And like I learned that I think Slash does that too recently.
Yeah.
So like it just makes me, how it affects me, I guess it just makes me feel more comfortable, because like they're not really saying it like, no, you're good, go up and do it and get over it. They're saying like, I understand why you feel this way, but I promise like you're good. Yeah. And even after I did that first show, people in the crowd kept coming up to me afterward and like talking to me about it. And at both shows actually, because I still feel like I bombed my last show, but everybody keeps telling me I didn't, and like some of the other artists want to work with me now, and that's my favorite thing ever. Like working with someone else is my favorite thing ever. It's so cool to me. Yeah? Yeah. So this new album, I'm trying to get more features on it just because it's just so much fun to work with.
Is it the variety, or is it the fact that you are inspired by them, or you appreciate their art?
I guess I would say it's more because I appreciate their art, because I don't want to sound, I'm not trying to sound conceited when I say this. Like I can lose everything I have tomorrow. But like some of them, they're like, oh, that's crazy how you have all these views now. But I think they deserve it more. So like I put them with, I'm trying to just put them with me so more people can see them.
Sure.
But I feel like that sounds like I'm thinking too highly of myself when that's not it at all.
I feel like this. I feel like two things. Number one, if you could do anything if you could do anything to help your friend out or somebody you're inspired by, and you make sure that happens, that makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And also I feel like if someone asks you to do something, or there's an opportunity for you to do something for someone else, that is just that like that's an opportunity for you to show who you really are. So to be selfless, to perform a selfless act, is to show that you're not conceited. It's not all about you. It's about the greater good of everyone around you and all of these things. And your character that's how you show your moral character.
Yeah, and also like everything I do is mirrored from someone. Like
what do you mean?
Like a song I made, like the song I showed you before that I'm about to get Yes Daddy on. Like, you know, I even texted him. I was like, I ripped you off so you would be on this song. Like, I've done that so many times, right? Like, I'll like one of my friends, and I'll tell him all the time. Like, my most popular song, not my most popular anymore, my bad, sorry. One of my more popular songs, Bleed Your Name, was inspired by the Outcast Motel. And that's how we met, because I made the song and I tagged him in it on SoundCloud, and then I messaged him. I was like, look, I don't want you to be upset that I may have stole your sound for this. And he loved it. And then we made the song Tell Me I'm Not Enough, at least, which is now my second most popular song. So.
I wouldn't look at it like you stole their sound. You made an atmosphere that they were comfortable in. That appealed to them.
Yeah, but I totally did. Like, I was listening to them.
Okay.
You know, like, but I love my friends. And, like, I don't know, I just think... Like, you know, Yes Daddy's incredible, and so is Wizard and everybody else. And and if they hear this, I don't want them to feel like I'm bringing up one more or the other. It's just because Yes Daddy's, I met everybody that I know now through him, other than October.
Okay.
And, and Gap Baby, the guy that I just released a song with. I've actually known about him since I was in high school. You know, I don't think he knows this is how we know each other, but he was actually dating a girl that I was into in high school, but he made music and I thought he was way cooler than me, but I liked his music. And then they broke up and me and the girl hadn't talked in like 5 years, and then when I made music, I guess I forgot that he was on my Facebook, and I started seeing him on my Facebook, and I listened to his new album, and like I stared talking to him, and now we made that song. And I don't know if he knows that I know.
He does now.
Yeah. But it was you know. So.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I haven't told. I'm probably gonna tell him after this interview. Like, you know, I know how we know each other, but you know, I've just never brought it up. I don't even think he remembers the girl. But like,
so of the handful of artists that you're talking about now, where are these people located?
A lot of them are in Mobile. That's where I grew up. Like, well, I was born in Slidell, but I moved. My parents passed away when I was younger.
Okay.
Different times. A lot of I just say that because a lot of people are like, oh, did they get in a car crash? Right. They both overdosed, just at different times.
Gotcha.
So like, I grew up mostly in Mobile. Like, Yes Daddy's from Mobile, Wizard's from Mobile, Sahai Summer's from Mobile. Gab Baby, his name is I don't know. I don't think he'll manifest his real name. It's just easier. But like Nolan, he lives in Texas right now, but he's actually from Mobile. Okay. So like, that's just honestly, that's where the only artist that I'm connected to that's probably not from Mobile is October. Okay. So, and Love Jaded, but I haven't really talked to him too much yet. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, he's, through social.
Yeah. He asked me to collab with him recently. I told him yes. He said he would send me stuff. He still hasn't. But I'm sure, but he interacts with me all the time, and I'm sure he will.
And October, for everybody out there, I'm going to say his name because I know he's going to pick up on this too. October Sky.
Yeah, October Sky, dude, changed the course of all my stuff.
Like, yeah, well, that's...
Yeah, if I didn't meet him, I would not be here right now. Yeah. I would not have done shows or nothing because he called me that one. I feel like I'm jumping around too much.
All good.
But like,
selfless act. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he called me one day and he was like, dude, you got to get your stuff together. He was like, you're not sticking to your release dates. You keep editing your vocals because I used to like do all this like pitch stuff. Yeah. And he pretty much called me because he knew my real voice, I guess, and he was like, you have this sound that works and you keep messing it up. Yeah. Because you got to stop doing it. And then he told me like a lot of stuff. Like, he's like, just a lot of tips, like post on what days to post, how long to wait in between, like just all that.
But you see, and so I'm remembering this when I interviewed him. So he talked about he used to use autotune a whole lot, and then people called him out for it, so he quit using autotune. So then he calls you, and he's like, hey, bro, stop doing that shit.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I mean, I still do use autotune. I use the pitch correct and all that, but I don't do the rapid pitch changes anymore. Yeah. It did not sound good, bro. Like, honestly, it really didn't. It was a cool idea. It sounded good sometimes. I know how to make it work now. Like in my song Bad Dog 2, I think I do it really good in. But it's not so drastic anymore, and like you told me before, like I can go out a little bit, but I got to come back, you know. So,
yeah, as long as you bring us back to home base, you know.
And I mean, it's working out now. So ever since I stopped doing everything, ever since that call, I've been going like up. I feel like I'm not trying to brag about myself too much, but like, yeah, if he didn't call me that day, I don't think I'd be, you know, where's that?
No shit.
So,
do you? Can we maybe play one, and then you can say what it is? And
I would love to do all that.
Cool. So I'll play a piece, and then you can tell me what the track name was, and then talk a little bit about how it came together, and you know, what you like, what you dislike, things like that.
Bret, answer the phone. Bret, you never answer my calls.
Are you there?
Bret, answer the phone.
Right away,
my insides, hoping that you notice. Change me, erase me, burn me from the inside out. Anything I do could save you now.
I'll get higher, waiting for your hand, and I'll fall victim once again.
Right away my insides, hoping that you notice. Oh, I would die for you if I would make you happy when I'm away. I'm afraid that nothing's coming after, but I'll be okay. With a smile on my face, I would take every bullet or blade coming straight your way. If it meant every moment's a blessing, then my girl, just know I would plead your name.
All right.
So
So, I guess talk a little bit about the elements, whether it's subject matter, the instrumentation.
So that song, that's actually like one of my most personal songs. I really like that song a lot. I think that's my favorite one. I actually just just real quick though, I did a new version where that pitch, that high pitch part.
I saw you in my peripheral doing
I
this
was
when
like-
it came
I was
up.
like,
and
see,
you're
like I like it, and at the time it fit because I was doing that a lot. But I made a version without it, and I play the version without it live now.
I took it personally, if I can interject for just
Of
a
course.
second. I took it personally as like your way to create tension with vocals. Because it's
Yeah.
not for a very long time. And it obviously does not meld with the melody. But I took it like as intentional and
It was.
intentional and just kind of to create tension for a moment and bring it back in, because it's like a somber, pretty melody throughout. You know what I'm saying? And then there was that one moment, and like, dude's pissed off or aggravated.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, the whole song is about that. But also, like, I really did it just because at the time that was my thing, and I still wanted to do it. But also, if you notice, it says, "And I'll get higher," and then the vocals got higher. But yeah, the song like "Right Away My Insides," hoping that you notice. That's like just because. I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh, I'm completely sober. I am sober from like all the hard shit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing like, that stuff anymore that everybody knows about. But like, I still drink all the time, and like, I have a lot of problems, and like, it's all in spite of her, and I know that. So that's why I said like, right away, my insides, hoping that you notice. And then the changed me, erased me, burned me from the inside out is because like, it's all about a girl. That's how it always is. And like, just before her, I was just not the same that I am now. I think anybody can see that too.
Yeah.
Like people that really know me and all. And it's just like this whole situation is because it's so messed up because nobody believes the guy, like when they're getting abused. And like even to this day, people don't even, even the people that know what happened, like people that were texting me about it when it happened and like telling, I'm not trying to say too much, but like one of the people that called the police on her to get her put in jail for when all that happened was her own brother, and he's the same one that's now defending her in the case and all that. And it makes me feel like I'm trying to let it go, but it's just like, dude, like why, like what is going on,
Yeah.
So like that's what the changed me, erased me, burned me from the inside out is. It's just like,
Gotcha.
because like before I was super shy and like junkie and like alone in my trailer all before. Now I'm like going out to do shows and like it's all obviously in spite of her. I'm not gonna lie and say like a lot of it's not about her. Probably a little bit obsessive, but it's fine. I mentioned that in another song, so it's like
Sure.
yeah. But it's like, and then and I so I'll get higher waiting for your hands, because like I know that I probably shouldn't want to be with her anymore, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I would trade everything I have right now to have one more day.
There's always
with
a
her.
part of you. But 20 years
Yeah.
from now, you'll look back and realize how necessary this burn was. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you said it changed you. That's not necessarily all for the worse. Some of
Yeah.
it'll be for the better.
Yeah, like my family's proud of me right now. Even with like I know some of my lyrics and like the things I do, most people's families wouldn't be proud of them,
Yeah.
but like my family is. like for the
That's
first
good,
time
dude.
ever in my life.
Yeah. So a lot of that was personal experience at the time.
Mm-hmm.
What about some of the instrumentation that we're hearing? How did you construct all of this? Hey, have you heard about Neworleansmusicians.com? It's a place where articles, music videos, interviews, and streaming music from Louisiana musicians can be found. Fans can join free. Music business professionals can join free too. And Louisiana musicians can join for free as well. It's also the place where Louisiana bands go to network and get free promotion. We've definitely got plenty, like this band. Check them out.
I made the melody of it first, and I bought like a sound pack online, and it had the acoustics in it.
Okay.
And then, no, wait, it had the drums in it. I'm sorry. That guitar is the guitar that I use.
Okay.
But, so yeah, it was just playing, like, I'm not that good. You know, this is like simple chords.
Sure.
I can't do technical stuff.
Rhythmically, though, I mean, you know,
yeah.
it's on point.
And then I'll Get Higher Waiting for Your Hand. That's because at the time I was still doing a lot of drugs, and I was like, I'm just gonna, you know, I was like, I'm just waiting,
So it had a dual meaning. It was higher pitch and getting higher.
And then I'll Fall Victim once again is because she used to tell me you're not a victim, stop acting like it, but now the court calls me a victim. So, you know, but also I thought it was a good lyric of like, I'll fall victim once again. It had another dual meaning because like I am literally a victim to this person, but also it just, you know, in love songs, that's what they say.
Yeah.
And then anything I do couldn't save you now is because like the state picked up her charge, and because originally I was going in court to help her drop it, and then she left in the middle, and now they put me as a witness against her. And, you know, so anything I do couldn't save you now. And also I've already painted her in such a little bit of a bad light where, yes, she did the things, but I've probably had my part in it too. Yeah. And I do feel bad about that.
So like, I mean, that's probably why you said that was one of your favorite songs, I guess, or more meaningful songs.
Because of that line, anything I do couldn't save you now.
Not just, I mean, I'm listening to everything you're saying. It's not just because of one line. It's because of how deep into it you were and what that all kind of surmises, brings together. So there's a lot packed in there. I like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good, man.
Sometimes I feel like I do too much in songs, but...
No, like I said before, man, if you made shit that didn't mean anything to you, people would see right through you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where it go.
Bret, answer the
I guess I should've known a little better, but you told me to keep you forever, and I'll put you in every single letter. Read it up, please call me when you get up. The girls at the club don't care about me, they just love my chains and the cocaine. And she coming back home with me, she gon' fuck me like she love me, but I never took her whole name. And that shit's empty as fuck, this game I'm not playing. I guess you ran out of love for somebody like me. I'm wasting every night. I close my eyes and waste all my time. I wake up drunk from all these things I'm missing. It's all your fault, baby. You made me believe that shit different. You said you'd call me and get home. I guess you never left California. Am I to blame? I stayed awake at night and watch the moon until the sun's out. I wonder if you ever look back, but you're not sentimental. You were never like that. Do I ever show up in your dreams? Cause you're always in mine. I still don't know what it means. Maybe I think too much.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I like that one because it's got so many change-ups. It's got change-ups in your rhythm. It's got change-ups in, I guess, the syncopation or the pace of your lyrics.
Yeah, I also did a part in there where I like layered it. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you know, a lot of people have told me that's my most well written, like structure wise, that's like my most well written song.
Yeah.
So, but you keep going. I feel like I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
You're straight, man. I just wanted to shout out the things that I thought were kind of cool about it, and then ask you about it yourself. You know, like where did you draw inspiration to be changing up so much and make it all fall into place?
Because that song is like so she lied to me about her name. and age. She was of age though, thank God. It wasn't that. Okay. It wasn't that story. But she was 19, telling me she was about to be 21, and I have this thing, and I still kind of have this thing where like I don't want to date anybody that I can't take to a bar. It's just like a lot of like, you know, immaturity, and I'm not trying to diss them or nothing, but also like with my lifestyle and things I've done, I know what I look like to somebody like that, and I'm not a good, you know, I'm just not a good person for that. So also I'm 26, probably shouldn't be with 19-year-olds. Like that's just me personally, but like yeah, so like that kind of, you know, and then like one of the names that she lied to me about is the name of that song.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of like, but it's like just the most direct response to her, I guess. That's why I don't know. That's why I guess I spent more time on it. But it actually is an older song that I redid.
Yeah, say the name for them so they know.
Oh, okay, right. So the name of the song is Madeline.
Okay.
So I just didn't know if it was okay to say.
Yeah, no,
names and
just,
like that.
I don't want to be
of course.
slept on. You know?
That's fine. It's a sequel to the song called Lillian, actually. They're both going on the album called Moon. That's why in that song the chorus says, "I stay awake at night, or stay awake and stare at the moon, staring at the moon till the sun comes up." Sorry, I'm tripping on my own.
Gotcha.
But there's some added lines from the old version. Don't listen to the old version; it's really bad. But like you tell me let it go, but there's something holding on. That's like, 'cause like I said, like I said before the interview, the feedback I get the most is like let her go, let it go. But it's really like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like hate on nobody else or like talk bad about nobody else, but like nobody knows what I went through. Like there was time like it's gonna make it sound bad. She did do these things, and I'm just, you know, like there was a time when she like took her phone and we were fighting, and she like just. I never really hit her back. I did hit her. I'm not gonna lie, I did hit her back once or twice, but like we weren't like fist fighting. It was mainly just me trying to calm her down a lot.
Yeah.
Whether you believe me or not, you know. But like, there was a time where she like took her phone and like kept beating me in the head with it. There's actually a post on Facebook I made about it because she couldn't post a picture, and I posted it, and I said we played a game to see who was stronger, her phone or my head. And my head won. Yeah. Because she broke her phone doing that, but sorry, I forgot where I was at with this. So
just basically the inspiration for the song and I don't know. I guess what it meant, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like, you tell me let it go, but nobody knows what I went through with that. Like there was times where I had to like film myself in the shower because this girl was like that bad. Yeah. And like I remember I had like when I would take pictures of what all happened. I don't know why I use them now for stuff, but like at the time I don't know why I did it. But like there was one time when I took a picture of my bloodstains on the floor to talk to one of my friends about it. She came out hiding under the table and was like, "Oh, I bet you're gonna send that to this other girl that I used to talk to." Yeah. And I did send it to the other girl that I used to talk to. But like,
now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's just like you don't know. This wasn't a normal breakup. This wasn't just like, oh, it didn't work out. Like we're in a court case over this relationship.
Yeah, well, it's nothing that's gonna warrant a clean break at the very least. Yeah. So I mean, your album. Moon is kind of like the process of that break.
Letting go.
It takes a long time for things like that to happen.
And I feel like a lot of people just like a lot of people like are on my social medias. They don't know the whole story. They're only just now coming in, and it's like, oh, this dude's just writing about the same girl. It's like, yeah, this girl, the things she did to me, like you don't know.
People are always gonna have shit to say about what you do.
Yeah, like
they're always gonna have shit to say about what you do. Don't matter what it is.
Yeah,
you could donate your life to charity, and they would have something to say.
Yeah,
about that,
and I'm learning that now. But,
yeah.
But like, and the line in the song "Don't Lie," like how I said that a lot, like just don't lie, because like, dude, you lie about everything. She lied about her name, her age, like all of her history. The only reason I know the truth is because of her best friend telling me one day, the same best friend that's defending her now. That's why it's all a whole. So my head's so messed up from this whole situation. Yeah. The only person that was honest with me about her is her other brother, who's not in the state, who's really cool. But even like he kind of just confirmed everything for me. Which I'm not trying to cause drama in her family. He still defended her, but as he should. He's her brother.
That's gonna drop is the closure.
Yes, for this time it is. Like it is. Like after I've even got songs I'm not releasing yet that aren't about her. I'm like trying to not write about her, but like yeah, I do know that I need to move on. But I just want to get it across that like a lot of people don't understand. Like this was not just it didn't work out. Like we are in a court case. She stabbed me after I had already bailed her out. I just finished paying off bailing her out.
You know what's worth saying too is that you as an artist have published a work that kind of sends the message out to others that you understand what it's like to go through these paces, and you understand that it's not just a matter of cold turkey or a clean break or any of these things like your friends say, just blah blah blah, or just it doesn't happen that easily and that quickly, and that it's a process, and your album is proof of that. It's a process. So I mean, that's incredibly valid.
I appreciate that.
I wouldn't sleep on that either, because I feel like we talked about relatability with artists in general. I think you said you had recorded something like you singing into the mic, and you were kind of selfish about that.
Yeah, I just posted it on Facebook right now.
You were self-conscious about that, not selfish, self-conscious about that, because it's not typically what you would do. But I think being able to be relatable to the people that listen to your music is important, because they want to know you're a human being that feels like they do and talks like they do, and So I mean that's just makes you human. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for that, for sure. I gotta do this one. You didn't request it, but I gotta do it.
That's fun.
Yeah, suicide thoughts, had a dream with a Glock popped off in my brain, but I'm okay. I don't need this, I don't need that, I just need drugs, I don't want love, I'm okay. Getting too high, but I can't fly, so I just fall to the ground, calling back to the grave. Everybody matter, but nobody matter, we all gonna die and the memories fade.
Drug dealer must be Satan.
Bitch, I make deals with the devil off K-pins. Every time we talk, it feels like I'm vacant. I don't wanna die like that, but it makes sense. All of these drugs I'm on got me brain dead, hoping I die before I wake up again. Bitch, I'm borderline in my mind, demonic. Everywhere I go, I got pills in my pocket. Push up the rock, get a cat in my sock, in a codeine, sipping, got my teeth all rotten. How about the drop with a hard top, missing an account, this cash, ain't nobody gon' stop this. Fly than a bird, higher than a pilot in the cockpit. I might throw bands in a mosh pit. I feel no pain, throwing hands with no options. Little motherfucker, but I promise you don't want it. Suicide thoughts, had a dream with
So what's up with that, bro?
Okay.
You got bars.
Yeah, that was a free. Okay, so that was like just a total freestyle. Like, sorry, but there is like a little references. Like, well, first of all, I wanted to say, like, if you look that up now, like the newest version is my newest song. It's a redo of that with my friend Nolan, Gat Baby. It's way better. Just because he carried that whole song. He's really good. He's from Texas, but he's just really good. That's the one I tell you about. I don't think he knows that I know him from the girl that we
Right.
But yeah, so
that's all better now, because now you big upping him on this other half of this video.
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy. Like, genuinely, he was talking to me before the show and all this. Before this interview and all that. But so like a lot of it, like the whole the line everybody matter but nobody matter. Have you ever seen Incredibles?
Yeah.
Syndrome. Everyone's super. Nobody's super.
Okay.
I took that and I was like, how can I make that sound emo but also like relatable? Okay, well, if everybody matters, then nobody matters.
Sure.
So we all gonna die and the memories fade. So because I don't know, personally I feel like I do get this from Jim Carrey. I know that's such a lame thing, but Jim Carrey went through a whole thing recently where he was just like, none of this matters. What's the guy that fights did too? Mike Tyson did too.
Yeah.
But it is true, like everything you have is gonna rot away, just like my teeth. Like my teeth are really rotten. I don't know if they're shown on camera. I hope they haven't. I'm gonna get them fixed soon, which might devalue the song a little bit. But they're rotten. Like my front teeth, they're all going. And so this is a lot. It was just a song made out of anger because the last text she sent me was go get methed out and enjoy the fact you'll never be anything but a junkie with terrible hygiene and rotten teeth. So it was, and now look at where I'm at.
Right.
So, actually when you put me as Artist of the Month, I put a picture of her text saying that with
yeah.
Dude, I was like, I hope you see this.
Yeah.
Which she did, because I know she saw it because of the court day when a certain thing happened with her and a bunch of other girls in a group chat fight. You ever seen Scott Pilgrim, Total Tangent?
No.
You need that. Well, that made me feel like Ramona Flowers for a second, but that's like a whole other story. But yeah, it was mainly just like a kind of immature response to just what she was telling me at the time. So like I'm sorry I don't have much to say about the lyrics. The only other one is the bitch and borderline in my mind demonic, because borderline. Unless you know what BPD is, it's kind of hard to explain. But like I don't want to glorify it because there's a whole thing where people kind of glorify borderline personality disorder and all that. Yeah. And I didn't want to do that. So that's why that whole song says the things it does, and then be on borderline in my mind demonic, like trying to say like, dude, I hate dealing with this. Whole
it's a negative
thing.
Presence.
Yeah, it is. So, but you can work on it. I have not worked on it. I'm just gonna be honest. I've not worked on it at all.
Hope for the best. Get back to you.
Yeah, I need to. Because I feel like if you know that I have BPD, it's definitely very obvious that I have uncontrolled. Like I've not at all worked on it at all. Yeah. So
the song itself sounds like I was talking about creating tension earlier. Yeah. The whole song sounds like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's very angry angry song, like without being screamo and nothing.
But
like,
the
it's just
flow
like,
is smooth as fuck.
Thank
though.
you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I did not do that my first try on that song.
Yeah?
It is a freestyle, but it's not like a, you know, the lyrics were, what is a freestyle now? Like, honestly, do people really freestyle it?
That's up for debate,
Yeah.
even with the heads, since
Yeah.
way back, bro.
Yeah, so like, I think the only thing I ever actually did freestyle as I recorded it was the song Okay, but I even went back and edited like up, down pitched vocals and all, so
Yeah.
I don't even really know if it was a freestyle. And then I made the beat around it, so.
Right. See, I don't know if we were talking about it before we started recording or since we pressed record, but I was talking about the fact that a lot of these, well, some of these songs were written drawing from the inspiration of painful experiences. Some of these songs were written and you put them out, but they didn't really resonate with you, or you didn't like them as much. But still, in all, you thought enough to go back and edit them further and kind of tune them to be the best that you felt that you could.
Yeah.
I don't know what causes a person to do that. I think it's commendable, and that's what I'm trying to get at, because there's a lot of shit. Like, if I do something that I was aiming for to be great and it didn't quite make it, and I spent tons of hours on it and it really pissed me off, I'd be like, well, fuck you then, and then move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? Which is what a lot of people do. But
Yeah, but I've been going back and redoing songs. Is that what you're asking about?
yeah, I mean, it's not common. It's not common for somebody that feels so many different ways about some of these different things, especially when they get under your skin.
It's because I know that they're good. The lyrics were good. They just need a few more lyrics in it. Like, some of them have changed. Like, the original version of Madeline does not have the lyric, "You tell me let it go, but there's something holding on." But now it's relevant and it just worked. I think it's just like, I don't know. I need to learn like a lot. Like, there's certain the time, like, they just work better now in my life than they did. And like, there was some good material and lyrics back then, and also they weren't on Spotify or nothing. Now I am. Nobody really listens to SoundCloud as much as they did anymore. Like, that kind of era is kind of gone.
Yeah.
As much as I love it, it's kind of gone. It's still good for marketing and all, but like, I don't know. So like, for something that's on all platforms and I have copyrighted, I can't get rid of it. You know, like, it's you know, what am I gonna do? Like, because it's copywritten. You know.
Sure.
So like, I don't know. I just like it. Also, it just gives me something to do, like in my downtime when I'm bored. Like, you know, something that like it just wasn't as good. I can just go redo it again.
Is it lighter on your mind than coming up with new material?
Well, it gives me time to write new material, but also it's just like a lot of the song, like, you know, because it's all right. So it's all about the same girl, like, you know, but like, I could write and I've already written like so many songs about her. It's just like, I feel like if I made something new, it would just be kind of a redundant of another song. So why don't I just go back and add what I can to that old song? If that makes sense.
I mean, whatever it is, they definitely deserve to be presented in their best light. You know what I'm saying? No matter
also,
what it is.
A lot of bands do demos, and then so like the normal songs. I feel like my old stuff is just demos at this point. So,
Yeah, but I mean, I've known bands that have got rid of a member or lost a member and then gained a new member, and then they re-recorded all the previous material. I say all, but let's say an album's worth. Re-record the previous material, maybe for legalities, or maybe to give the new member his opportunity to make a contribution. So I mean, in your mind, I don't see it as a waste of time to go back and kind of fine-tune things to your liking now, even though when you made them you might have been in a worse place, but you're in a better place now. So, you know, if your future self could talk to your former self, it would probably be good advice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I just have better equipment now.
That's good.
Like, I've invested a lot. Probably lost more money than I have made money.
Well, I mean, that's
so,
the plight of most musicians, man.
Like, I have an audio box. Like, a lot of my old guitar stuff was recorded off my iPhone, like headphones thing, on my broken iPhone, by the way. Like, it was like you couldn't see half the screen.
Yeah.
And now I have an audio box, and I have a direct link, from my guitar to my computer when I use guitar. I really don't play that much. I don't want that to get like
overstated.
I don't want everybody to think I'm an amazing guitarist. No, I'm actually awful. So, like, anything simple is what I've done. Like, the October EP, that's me. But like Madeline, that's not me. That's like a sound pack sample, and I put things together. Also, some of my friends just make music and allow me to use things. I always credit them. If you go on Spotify, you can see the credits.
Yeah,
they're always there.
Yeah.
So Like,
All right. Let's do one more.
my bad.
All good. Let's see.
Scars remind me that the pain never lasts, but stars align when you said on the last one. Bloodshot eyes from the pills, yeah, the bad ones. Things are trying to take my soul if I have one. Things are trying to take my soul if I
That's got a lot of layers.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
got
like that
a
one.
lot of layers.
That was that was the first one I went and redid because October called me and was like, you gotta stop doing this vocal edit thing. And I was like, he's right. And that was really personal because I met, so the reason I redid that was because at the time that I recorded the song, the connection with the 28th is, oh, I didn't skip over something you were about to say, did I?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You had talked about the connection with the 28th, but that was before we were recording, so
Right.
maybe you could...
So it was just made on my first, the very, 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 very first album I ever put out was called Pop Star Punk. I thought that was just a really good name. And it just had a lot of genres, and it was like one of the last songs on there. But then, so I met her on the October 28th. I know that because I really liked it. Like, I loved this girl. I still do. I know I shouldn't. She never loved me, and it's whatever. But, like, I met her on the 28th, and I just know that. I also have, like, a picture of us together on there. I used it for the lyric video. And then our last court date that we recently had was on October 28th. Also, October's birthday is on the 28th, by the way.
October Sky's birthday is on the 28th.
Yeah, so it's like all these
right.
connections. So I redid it because it was so personal. But also just like the lyrics were really good, and I played guitar on that, and I knew that I had better equipment to make that melody because there's only two melodies I've ever like really thought I really came up with good on guitar, and it's that one and the melody for October Part 2.
Okay.
But that's an actual. So the melody for October Part 2 is there's a song I put out called Madeline's Melody that was just instrumental guitars, and then I used that melody for October Part 2.
Gotcha.
But October Part 1, the lyric, like, scars remind me that the pain never lasts, but stars align when you said on the last one. It's like, it was pretty much trying to explain, like, the whole cycle of abuse is really hard to put into words, like, why somebody goes back to their abuser, and, like, why I still feel a connection to her. And, like, that's what that whole line is trying to say. Like, scars remind me that the pain never lasts. Because, like, even the stab scar that I have right here from her, like, it's going to be there forever. But, like, it doesn't hurt anymore. But, like, what hurts is the fact, like, when I would look, like, stars align when I looked at her eyes were beautiful. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, I could go on a whole tangent about how beautiful she is.
It's all right. These are lyrics.
But, like, genuinely so pretty. Not on the inside, maybe, but so like it just like that's what hurts the most is so scars remind me that the pain never lasts, but stars align when you said the last one because like I thought it was like she was gonna be the last girl I had,
right?
And like I really thought we had something, and like that's the only girl I was with her. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of my friends, I guess, like I was with her for almost 3 years. And we lived together, and all. Like that's the longest relationship I've ever had, and like that's the relationship I've tried the most in.
Yeah,
I'm sure. There's one ex that I'm still sort of friends with. She might be a little upset about that, and I don't mean that in any way against her. It's just how things work.
The past is the past.
Yeah, she knows that. She pretty sure she hates me now anyway. So, like, but and then. And I can always just pretend I don't think you got to that part, but I can always just pretend I'm alright. But sometimes I think about that night I wish I died. It's because we would get in fights. And whenever I was hit by the car, we were together. And she would always tell me she wished I died when I got ran over by that car.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
As far as sonically, layers sonically, maybe you could talk about that. You've already mentioned the guitar. What else are we hearing? We're hearing two different vocals,
I got you.
like all these different things.
I'm sorry if I misunderstood the original question and ran it too much.
Well, no. In general, layers.
Yeah.
But you went through some of the lyrical explanations, and then I was inquiring about some of the sonic explanations as to.
Yeah, so I don't know, just that whole melody, I was just messing around one day, and like, I love Kingdom Hearts, so like a lot of those notes are taken from Kingdom Hearts things, and I just play
Kingdom
off
Hearts?
of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a video game.
Okay.
It's about Disney and Final Fantasy crossing over, but there's a lot of death in it, like you would not expect it.
It goes hard?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
It's what my face tattoo's from, just quick tangent, in that game, Mickey leaves a girl in hell for 10 years. Then comes back and leaves her there again, like forget, and it's just crazy. She gets possessed, all this. It's just unreal. There's also a suicide scene in it.
Okay.
And it's a Disney game though, promise. But like anyway, like I don't know, the melody just hit, the lyrics went hard, and then the whole Bret answer the phone. That girl that says that, she's one of my best friends. Her mom loves my music too. She's really cool. But who she is. So I work at this store. I don't want to say the name just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, but it's a very popular retail store.
Sure.
Like, pretty sure everybody knows what it is. And she worked there too. And the girl that I was with, like the one I always write about, even though I didn't even know this girl that well, she would always accuse me of like talking to her and like us like going around her back and all, and we didn't. Actually, the only reason we're friends is because she kept doing that.
Right.
But like it was bad. But this girl, she's not gonna mind. Her name is Loretta. She's super cool. But she would get out of her car, and the girl I was with would like gag loudly and like start saying things and all, and I was just like, so out of spite, I asked her to be my prod tag one day because I knew it would sound good with the Bret answer the phone. And
Yeah.
So like, and we're like really close now, and it's never been anything like that. It never would be because I don't want to have to go through and take her out of my songs one day.
So she was like one of the elements that you were using in there, and you had the guitars that you were using in there. There's two different. You depict your vocals two different ways, if I could put it like that.
Like when I go high pitch and all, like.
It's almost like as if part of you is a Bret singing a lead, and part of you is a background singing harmony. If I could say it any other way, I would.
Yeah, when I do the layer thing, I just know it sounds good. Like, I think I know what you're talking about, because there is a part in that song where one of the last times I say, "But thanks for trying to take my soul if I had one," where I'm screaming it very low in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, like, it for me, that specific part, which I'm kind of surprised you noticed that, because I didn't think anybody's ever noticed that ever, that I'm actually screaming those vocals in the back. And it was mainly because that line of, like, "Thanks for trying to take my soul if I had one," like, I wanted it to sound bitter and sweet, like, at the same time. But,
Yeah.
like, almost like an FU. Because, like, giving somebody your soul is, like, soul ties are, like, real.
Some heartfelt shit, bro.
Yeah, so I was just like, "Thanks for trying to take my soul if I had one," but I also wanted it to sound, like, bitter.
Yeah.
Like, so the only way I knew how I could do that was if I screamed it, but I didn't want it to overtake that line, so I just put it very low in the back, and I'm genuinely surprised you caught that.
Yeah.
No one's ever caught that. Like, even my friends, they've never noticed that I screamed in that song. But like, yeah, in the back, it's like, like, "Thanks for trying to take my soul if I had one."
You must realize though, and I mean, you are a person that feels deeply. So
I think.
Obviously, yeah, definitely. Obviously, this album is evident of that. But, I mean, you must also realize somewhere in your mind that so many other people have been exactly where you are. Like, do you think about your album with respect to anybody else that's ever been through it and how it might affect them?
Do you mean that album or the one I'm working on? I'm so sorry.
The one that you're working on.
Yeah, in a way, but the thing, okay, this might sound bad, like, because a lot of people tell me that of like, oh, like one person says like, "Oh, you're a voice for all the men that have been through abuse and all that." I think that I could be that, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think that I'm not over it. I think that I'm very irrational about a lot of it, and like just kind of immature. Like,
but that's the headspace. That's the point I'm making. Is that that's the headspace of people that are embroiled in any kind of personal battle with somebody that, you know what I'm saying, meant something to them. Like anybody that feels anything deeply can relate to the music that you have put out. You asked me just now, like that album or this one. It doesn't matter. Like it's dealing with a subject matter that people can relate to because they're going through these things. And who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like when you talk to your priest or your psychiatrist or your parent or all of these other things, like that, people don't talk to those people and then walk away with a sense of comfort. I mean, sorry if you do, but a lot of times maybe not. And a lot of times they listen to music, and a lot of times they look for meaning in lyrics and shit like that. And this has got a lot of those things going on, you know.
I think that I want it to be like that, but like I only ever hear like just move on. And that's why it frustrates me, because like I said earlier, like a lot of the people that are telling me that they don't know, like they didn't go through it, you know? Or like a lot of, like, especially not being the guy going through, like everything you do might end with a fist. Like she chipped one of my teeth one time, you know, like just kicking me in the face, and like and then like having to keep up that facade to her family and like to my own family, and then like because I bailed her out like 2 days before Christmas Eve, and then we went to go visit my family on Christmas. And like having to keep up that whole like just so like no, I don't think I've thought about that, and I feel really bad about that now. And I know that's not what you meant, but I'm saying like I think that gives, I'm much more proud of it now, but I think that I've just been so focused on making everyone else like not happy, but just like, you know, like just the whole let it go thing. Like I think I've just been more so focused on let it go, and I've been writing about me trying to get let it go that I haven't really thought about someone else might be in the same position as me right now listening to it. So I didn't think about that. And I'm sorry for that to anybody or to you. I didn't mean to disrespect or nothing.
I didn't think you're in the weeds. You're in the weeds at the moment that you're dealing with it all. And anybody that says just let it go is just fucking insensitive. Yeah. And just didn't go through it themselves and just can't understand. So just let that be where it just went. But I would think that a lot of people have been in similar headspaces before, dealing with similar things, no matter the sex of the person, no matter what the particulars were, but people have been in abusive relationships, and it's a testament to that. So I think it matters, you know, on a grander scale than just audibly. You know what I'm saying?
No, I really appreciate that. That's actually, like I really do. That was a really good insight and all.
Cool.
I guess I needed to be told that. Yeah. Like people said that a lot, like, oh, you're a soundboy for everybody, but like I don't know if you know, I don't know the people that listen to me. You know?
Yeah.
Like the monthly listeners I have on Spotify eclipse my Instagram followers and Facebook friends by double. It's like I genuinely don't know who's listening to me.
That's what I was trying to reinforce in the beginning. I don't know if anybody caught it, but this is all like really recent.
Yeah, I just went through this. We have, you know, a court date coming up. I don't want to say the exact date.
No. I was talking about your music releases and all these things.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I did skip it. Yeah. It's all in spite of her. So like. Sure. But like, I'm sorry if I said something wrong with that. But like, what I mean is everything I write about, my music, everything I write about, it hasn't been a year since like all of it's everything has been going on. It's coming up. Here. Yeah. I'm honestly thinking about dropping the album on the year date of like all of it, but I gotta. I think that would be
appropriate. But I just wanted it to reflect that it hasn't been very long that you decided to start putting stuff out, and I think it's admirable that you're going back to perfect certain things to make sure that you do all that you can with it, and from there, just it's got wings, so what it could do, you know.
But I do want to say everything on the new album is not just a redone song. There is new songs on it. There's a lot of new songs on it.
Well, I was talking about reworking parts that you weren't too satisfied.
I know that like the singles I've released for the album and all of the stuff I've been releasing is like a remastered with someone. Yeah. But like that's not all the album. I just haven't put that out because.
Sure. Yeah. But also, you're gonna have people on there that you're collabing with that have been inspirations.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Dude. Yeah, especially like Yes Daddy, and I don't think Wiz is gonna be on one. I'm trying to get him on one, but he has a certain style he's so good at. I'm gonna be on one of his songs though soon. I don't know if I can say that yet.
But Don't know either.
Yeah, no.
I'm not the one.
He's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. I love him. I troll him all the time. Like, he has a song called Killer 2, great song. I'm about to drop a song called Killer 1 because he never made a part 1 because his whole thing with the song
Beautiful.
his whole thing with the song was I'll kill her, I'll kill you, and I'll kill her too. So I was like, I'm gonna make Killer 1 then. So,
yeah.
But
you had mentioned Beastie Boys before we started
Yeah.
recording. They got Hot Sauce Committee Part 2. Part 1 was allegedly on a hard drive that was either lost or stolen in the subway.
You know, I've thought about doing that because Duck Boy, his album is like Something Songs Volume 4. He doesn't have 1 through 3, and I've thought about doing that just to like mess with people or something.
Hot Sauce Committee Part 1?
Yeah, I'm about to try that.
Yeah,
no, making hot. No, I was thinking like just making something like Volume 3 or something like
okay.
that. Yeah,
I was about to say, if you do Hot Sauce Committee Part 1, you might accidentally explode. Who knows?
I think I should do it.
Damn. Sure.
Okay, I'll do it, but I gotta listen to it's gotta sound like a Hot Sauce Committee Part 2 though. So
Well, you have to at least approve of it. You have to at least approve of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, man. This has been excellent.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it too. I really do.
All right.
Quite simply, I want it to be the source for music in Louisiana. If I can bring everybody to the table, then I can help a ton of people.